Today's program is After School, What's Next, where we educate people and give information on how to get access to the next level of your education, whether you are a high school graduate or you are a university graduate. We give you access to all information that you may need to further your education. Today, I've been joined by a sister from one of the renowned universities in the world, and I would like her to introduce yourself. Hello, if you can hear me, kindly give me a wave.
Hello, I can hear you.
Fantastic. Kindly introduce yourself to my audience.
All right, thank you so much. I'm Theodora Mary Fletcher, originally from Ghana. I completed the
Fantastic.
University of Cape Coast, one of the best universities in Ghana.
Oh yeah, university
And
of
I
choice,
am
right?
current, yeah, oh yeah.
Okay.
I am currently studying at the University of Toledo for my master's program in geography. Thank you.
Fantastic. Okay, Fletcher, today's program, we are going to center our main discussions on four different areas. I would like us
Okay.
to take education first before we move to scholarship opportunities and then visa application. Then we ask you how life abroad has been right after traveling from Ghana. Okay, tell us, why University of Toledo?
Well, I chose University of Toledo because of their master's program in geography. I'm
Okay,
a geographer and their specialization in geography is more of GIS and remote sensing, which has been one of my greatest passion. And
okay,
looking out for opportunities, I found our University of Toledo to have one of the friendly and expertise in the field of GIS. And I happen to be
okay.
here and I see that as a great opportunity.
Oh, okay, fantastic. So, which means you offered geography. If I may cast our mind back to the SHS, maybe you offered general arts, right?
Yeah, I was a general arts student. Yeah,
Okay, then you moved to the University of Education,
Cape Coast.
University of Cape Coast to read what subject?
So I did geography, general arts in Ghana, SHS
Okay,
level. And in the
okay,
university, I read Bachelor of Science, Geography and Planning at the University of Cape Coast. And I'm here
okay.
doing my master's in Geography at the University of Toledo. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Which area specifically in the masters?
Okay, so geography is broad, but my research interest is into water sustainability, the application of GIS and remote sensing techniques, solving real life environmental problems.
Oh, fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. Assuming somebody is listening to us who is also watching, let's say the person is in SHS or currently planning to go into the universities, right? And the person has also read, let's say, general arts. You would like to be at where you are. If you can help us with the course outline, as in what to study to get to where you've gotten to.
Okay, in Ghana, the SHS level, the general arts level may have different kind of course combination. But during my
Okay,
time, I read general arts where I took courses like geography, economics,
okay,
elective mathematics, and government
okay,
with my
okay,
other specialization. So after that, I went ahead to see of Cape
okay,
to study geography, and I
okay,
have some of my basics in geography, where I took geography courses
okay,
because one thing I would advise is find your interest. The
okay,
SHS level, I found geography to be interesting. Someone might come to the university level and do economics, do the person the general arts. So you find your
okay,
interest, you get to know what you love doing. So I was
okay,
interested in geography and furthering on to the university, I did geography. And there we studied the whole of physical geography, GIS, remote sensing, that's geographic
okay,
information system. So
okay,
after my study in the University of Cape Coast, I built
mm,
upon that passion, that interest, where I decided to further my education in the field of geography. doing my master's here in University of Toledo.
Oh, fantastic. Okay. In the process of application towards your master's education in the US. All right. Let me ask you, when did you find interest in studying abroad? And what are the process? Let me put it that way. What document did you put together for the application? And when the school accepted you, which document did you submit? And if you're advising somebody who is also applying for, let's say, a school outside Ghana, what are the requirements to put together?
All right, thank you so much for this opportunity. So,
Mm.
my passion to study in abroad started at the first year in the University of Cape Coast. One thing I realized was most of my teaching assistants were traveling outside, so I asked myself and asked them, what is the way out?
Okay.
So, the only thing I was told was to study hard and also any extra curriculum activities that will make me stand out. So
Okay.
right at the university level, in level 200, I started taking up positions. I started engaging myself in community work, church activities, departmental programs, and a whole lot of things. So after my university uh, graduation, I did my national service, which is very, very important. And because I love
Okay.
to teach and in the field of geography, I became a teaching assistant as well. One
Okay.
thing that gives you an upper hand. I'm not saying that is the only way to travel abroad, but most at
Okay.
times, working as a graduate assistant or teaching assistant gives you a good opportunity to study abroad. So I did
Mm.
my service as a teaching assistant, and finally I got here. So with the process, because of
Mm.
my uh, I graduated as a first class student with a high
Okay.
CGPA of 3.8 out of 4.0. One thing I
Fantastic.
always told myself was, if anything will
By the way,
let me down,
congratulations. Congratulations.
thank you so much. Thank you.
That's good.
One thing
That's
I
good.
always told
Okay.
myself was, if anything
Mm.
will let me down, not my grades.
Okay.
So I decided to study very hard during my undergraduate level so that
Okay.
after everything is said and done, my grade would always push me high.
Fantastic.
Aside that, I engage in extracurricular activities, taking up positions.
Okay.
Understand that this journey is not a one-man journey. People across
Okay.
the whole world are taking up this um, opportunity to study outside. So what
Mm-hmm.
makes you special? What makes you different from others? You have the
Okay.
grades, yes. What else can you do? So working as a teaching assistant, I had the opportunity to work with students. I had the opportunity to work with my church, which is Ghana Methodist Students Union, where I took up positions. So they know that you have other qualities that makes you special, that leadership positions. You give back to
Okay.
your society, your community you stay in. What are you doing to contribute to help the community? So in doing
Okay.
all these things, you are building your CV. And
Okay.
one thing they don't do is your CV. What can you do? What have you done?
Okay.
Also, I won several awards which I placed on my CV,
Okay.
coming down to Weather Church, my department, Dean's Awards, and a whole lot of things made me stand out. When going through this journey, you write something we call statement of purpose. What
Okay.
do you tend to do? Who are you? So in a paragraph, in a page of two, you have to write what you can do. Who are you? What is your purpose of coming to take this program? And you realize that most people write things that they themselves can't not do. They tend to copy other people's lifestyle, other people's life journey, and try to put on their CV. And at
Okay.
the end, it will show once you get here. but I was real because I took those opportunities. So in explaining, you'll be able to tell more about your own self.
Okay.
So I wrote down what I've done so far, what I have been doing, what makes me special. And so it's more like telling my life to um, the school. And they found that so interesting. And I think that made my application stand out. Yeah. So I think that has been the journey. Yeah.
Fantastic. There are things I took from your presentation so far.
Okay.
It's a lot of it's quite interesting how people copy individual statement of purpose.
Yeah.
And most people use artificial intelligence to write a statement of purpose. How do you describe
Exactly.
that one too?
One thing we have to know is these people in the US are really advanced. Before we go to
Okay,
know of the AI, they know more and better than we do.
okay,
So the AI is there to help. Sometimes,
okay,
sometimes I chat with AI like my friend, asking AI questions. That doesn't mean let AI to write your life story for you. Do you get it?
okay,
You can ask AI what must be included in your statement of purpose. After giving you that idea, what have you done? AI will give you a generic kind of information that every individual will have. And know that
okay,
during the review process, they can detect that you used AI or not. By using one thing is
okay.
if you have done the thing right, or if you have
Mm-hmm,
gone through that process, writing won't be
mm-hmm.
difficult. At a point, I realized I was talking too much. I was writing a lot because I had a lot to include in my CV and my statement of
Okay,
purpose.
okay,
I did this, I did that. I had several positions. I had this. So when writing, 2 pages become limited for you. Wish you
okay,
could write more. So one
okay,
thing is do it, and when the time is due for you to write about your own self, you don't go
okay.
by in what AI has for you.
All right. So far you've spoken about a statement of purpose that is to be written individually based on what you have done, what you are currently doing, and what you can do in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Good. So after a statement of purpose, what other documents do you require when applying for school in abroad?
Okay. I would say one of the basic documents that you will need is your statement of purpose, as I've already talked about, your CV, which outlines your activities or your achievements, your education, your capabilities, and a whole lot. Your transcript. That's
Okay,
the records
transcripts.
of
Okay,
your records of your academic work back in
okay,
whatever level that you are, whether in the university level, in your teacher training, whatever level, even in your SHS, the grades that you had.
okay.
And one other thing is portfolio. In my field,
Portfolio.
yeah, some schools take portfolio. That is what I, maybe you are in the visual arts perspective. Maybe you did some
Okay,
kind of drawings, you do some end of semester project, which was so
okay,
special. That kind of creative works that you did can combine all these works and make it a portfolio and submit it to
okay,
the school. So in my field of geography, we deal with more of maps and other project works. So what I did was I combined all the maps I've been able to make because map creation is something else. Some people
okay.
map is a way of map is an art. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So when they see how your maps are, how you have well balanced, aligned your maps in one PDF form or in a document, they could see that, yeah, this lady is good. She can make maps. This person is good.
Okay,
She can draw people. She can draw these kind of things.
okay.
This person in science can do these labs, can do this, and that makes you special. Sometimes
Fantastic.
to submit your end of semester, end of um, I don't know how other schools will say it, but in Ghana we call it project work. That is
Okay.
very, very essential. I realize that in the university level, people allow people to work on their project for them and a whole lot. But once you do your
Yeah.
own project well and you submit it, they can see that you are a master student, you can do a research,
Mm-hmm.
and that makes you stand out. So doing a project work is like publishing a book or something. That's how I should put
Yeah.
it. Yeah. So that will also make you stand out. Because I know
Yeah.
some levels don't do project work, but if you have done project work, I think that is also a great opportunity for you to include in your application. Yeah. So like
Fantastic.
basic things you will need. Maybe some schools will require other important documents. But so far, your transcript, your CV, statement of purpose, and in sometimes they will ask you additional documents to be provided. That's where you include your project work or your
Mhm.
portfolios. Yeah, thank you.
Oh, okay. That's so great. That's so great. That's so great. Let me also ask you this. In terms of, let's say, you selecting the University of Toledo, what are some of the things you put into consideration before selecting a school?
Okay, so one you would have to consider the courses that the school do. That's
Okay.
yeah. What are the courses that are available in the school? That's one of the main things you have to look at.
Okay.
You are coming in to learn that kind of program. What courses are in there? Are they aligning to your research interest?
Okay.
Also, as an international student, I would say you consider maybe the cost of attendance. If you are
Okay.
fortunate to get a scholarship, you are good to go. If
Fantastic.
not, what is the cost of attendance of that school? Is it so high that once you get here, you can pay or not?
Okay.
And also, you look at their faculty, their lecturers available, their specialities. Are they people you can look up to? Are they people who can teach well to your understanding, or they also align with your interest? So
Okay.
you consider all those things and you also look at their environment, their facility, how friendly, and the whites, they will explain everything on their site. They have to
Okay.
read. Certain schools may not give you the opportunity to even join certain groups to just to do that. So one thing I will encourage us in our journey is to read. Sometimes all the information about the school, about the program, is there. Maybe your program is a professional program and you're required to do a whole lot of things during your study. Maybe you're required to do an internship to do this, and all those things will build you up. So you have to check if these schools have the opportunities that I can have for myself. You'll be able to do a hand learning activity or job during your study. So my
Mhm.
program, you can take internships where you practice what you have learned in classroom, the field, and these
Yeah.
things will help you build yourself. So you have to look out for all these things, and
Mm-hmm.
most importantly, as an international student, consider the scholarship opportunities. Because
Okay.
though the dollar may be so fancy in Ghana, but once you get
Okay.
here, there's reality. The money may not look
Uh,
as much as you think in Ghana.
in Ghana.
So look out
Okay.
for
Okay.
opportunities, scholarship opportunities, and I know everyone stands a chance of getting a scholarship depending on
Okay.
how you go about it. So you look out for scholarship opportunities for your program study to become smooth and one of the best ones for you here in the States. Yeah.
Fantastic. You're talking about scholarship opportunities. We will come there very soon to talk about how these scholarships are attainable. But
Okay.
first of all, I would like you to throw more light on this educational side. You made mention of you went to Toledo with first class um degree. Let me put it that way. Does it mean it's only first class you can take to all the other universities?
Oh no. One
Assuming
thing,
I'm not a first class student, how do I
yeah.
also go to University of Toledo?
Okay, so our is it minimum or maximum requirement for admission is 3.0, which is a I don't know that of other universities, but in Ghana it is second class upper or lower also. Yeah. They are not only interested in your grade. At
Okay,
least the minimum you can get is 3.0. Because
okay,
sometimes when you do what do you call it? Evaluation of your results can shoot up and you can move from maybe 3.9 to 3.0. But
okay,
without that, you are not able to get a grade. Maybe you started on a poor note and now you want to change, but you can't go back to how you started or a whole lot. So now
okay,
I will encourage engage yourself in extra curriculum activities because the journey is not only about grades, it's about
okay,
what you have done, what you can do. What are
okay,
other extra curriculum activities? As I
okay.
said, if you can study hard, add the better grades to it and then um make your application stand out as well. I know
Wow.
friends and colleagues who are from Ghana who are here, they had 2.9. Ask yourself, how did
Okay,
they get here? They had a
okay,
scholarship to come. They even got admission before I did. So
okay,
um, it's not only about your grade. It's about
okay,
what you have done, what you can do,
okay.
and how
What you
you
can
well
do.
you have built your CV.
Oh,
Thank you.
fantastic, fantastic. So this means that the CP counts a lot.
Yeah, your
And
CV
the
really,
statement of
really counts.
purpose also counts a lot. So it means applying to a university outside Ghana, it's not only about your grade.
No, it's not
Fantastic,
only about your
fantastic.
grade.
Okay, in a few seconds, I would like you to advise the people watching us, either a high school student or a university first degree student, in terms of education and its application outside Ghana.
Okay, what I would say is indeed there is this saying that travel and see. There are a whole lot of
Okay.
opportunities, advanced learning methods and ways out there. Don't give up
Mhm.
on your dreams. Maybe you have not dreamt about this, but I will always encourage and wish that everyone comes out here to the States and
Mhm.
also study. Because sometimes when you travel out, you get the way you even think, the way it broadens up your knowledge.
Mhm.
So don't give up. Oh, you didn't start well. There is still an opportunity. You can do it. It's all about how you put in much effort and
Okay.
also try to add or build up yourself in a special way that make you stand out wherever that you are.